What I am about to share with you is not a fabrication. It unfolded before my very eyes, and I find myself grappling with the inexplicable events that transpired merely 20 minutes ago as I meticulously reviewed the footage captured by my surveillance camera. I implore you, knowledgeable and insightful individuals of Reddit, to shed some light on this perplexing occurrence, for I am a novice in these digital realms and my responses may be delayed. It commenced last night when I ventured out of my room, finding solace in the small living room across the hall. To my astonishment, I discovered my aunt, who had been visiting for the week, reclining on the couch, her gaze fixed upon the television screen. Inquiring about my intentions, I divulged my quest for sustenance, prompting her offer to prepare a meal. Politely declining, I opted to descend to the lower floor and attend to my culinary needs independently. Alas, I descended the stairs and with great efficiency fashioned a modest bowl of instant noodles. Within a mere quarter hour, I ascended, returning to the comfort of my room to relish my creation. Yet, dear readers, the tale takes a peculiar turn at this juncture. Permit me to elucidate. In the living room, where my aunt had been, a sense of desolation hung heavy in the air. The room lay shrouded in darkness, devoid of the glow emanating from the dormant television screen. What perplexed me further was the sight of a meticulously arranged blanket, absent of any human presence, and the conspicuous absence of my aunt's belongings. Initially, I attributed this enigma to the possibility that my aunt had chosen to retire to the guest room upstairs, accompanied by her possessions. Within the short span it took me to prepare my repast. Hence, I succumbed to the demands of weariness and drifted into a deep slumber. Dawn heralded a new day, and as I descended to partake in the morning repast, I sought elucidation from my aunt concerning her nocturnal activities. Alas, her response bewildered me further, for she expressed no knowledge of what I spoke. The very notion of her presence in the living room during the late hours elicited an incredulous response. "What do you mean?" she inquired, her confusion evident. Puzzled, I recounted the essence of our conversation, but her vehement denial only served to deepen the mystery. Seeking resolution, I implored my mother to examine the recorded security footage, and what we discovered was nothing short of uncanny. There, captured on the screen, was an image of myself, standing alone in the dimly lit living room. The television remained inert, the blanket neatly arranged, as I engaged in a conversation with an unseen interlocutor. My aunt and mother, though slightly unnerved, couldn't help but jest, attributing my experience to a spectral encounter. However, my state of mind, dear readers, was far from lighthearted. For you see, certain factors render this occurrence truly disconcerting. Firstly, I stand before you as a teenager unacquainted with vices such as drugs, vaping, or imbibing intoxicating spirits. My mental faculties are unimpaired, unburdened by the weight of depression, anxiety, or any similar afflictions. Furthermore, the nocturnal hours hold no fear for me, as I am accustomed to remaining awake until the wee hours, rendering sleep deprivation an unlikely cause. I beseech you, fellow Redditors, to assist me in deciphering this enigma that has infiltrated my reality. I swear upon my every fiber, with unwavering conviction, that what I witnessed was undeniably real. Every detail, from the ambience to the sensory experience, remains etched in my memory. It was no mere dream, for the remnants of my nocturnal culinary endeavor were tangible evidence within the confines of my room. Yet, my family's dismissive attribution to hallucinogenic substances belies the truth. I have never partaken in such activities. Thus, I turn to you, dear readers, for your wisdom and insight. What force or phenomenon could have manifested in that living room? Was it a specter from another realm, a glimpse into the ethereal plane? Or could it be something more sinister, lurking in the shadows, playing tricks upon the mind of an unsuspecting observer? The unsettling nature of this incident has left me yearning for answers, seeking solace in the knowledge of those more enlightened than I. Implore you, knowledgeable individuals of the Reddit community, to venture forth with your theories and explanations. Shed light upon the inexplicable and guide me through the labyrinthine corridors of the supernatural. Together, let us unravel the enigma that has cast a foreboding shadow upon my existence. For now, I await your insights, ready to delve deeper into the unknown and confront the mysteries that lie in wait. But heed my words, dear readers, for the boundary between the mundane and the macabre is a thin veil that can be torn asunder, revealing a world beyond our comprehension. And as I embark upon this quest for truth, I can only hope that we may uncover the secrets hidden within the fabric of our reality, lest they consume us in their enigmatic embrace. This particular incident occurred during a road trip from Southern California to Northern Washington, where my boyfriend and I embarked on a journey filled with breathtaking views and unexpected terrors. As we ventured along the Pacific Coast Highway, also known as Highway 101, we found ourselves captivated by the awe-inspiring scenery. It was a picturesque drive, granting us glimpses of nature's grandeur. However, our adventure took an eerie turn when we reached Oregon and decided to drive late into the night, seeking refuge in a specific hotel. The moment darkness draped the landscape, an inexplicable fog materialized, shrouding the surroundings in an otherworldly haze. This fog was unlike anything I had ever encountered before. It was dense, yet possessed an ethereal quality, as if it were a spectral dance of swirling mist. We were seemingly alone on the road, with no signs of other travelers or distant lights to pierce the gloom. The darkness itself appeared almost palpable, an unsettling absence of illumination that cast a foreboding atmosphere upon us. Suddenly, as swiftly as it had appeared, the mysterious fog dissipated, revealing a desolate stretch of road ahead. It was then that my gaze fixated upon a figure standing on the side of the highway. The incongruity of this sight sent shivers cascading down my spine. In the pitch-black night, devoid of any source of light, this figure stood, an enigmatic silhouette against the darkness. The image remains vividly etched in my mind. Clad in white garments, the figure possessed an ethereal beauty, with long, flowing black hair cascading around her. As the headlights of my car illuminated her form, a disturbing sensation coursed through me. It was as if her body convulsed, contorting in an unnatural manner before she bolted into the nearby woods, disappearing from sight in an instant. Overwhelmed by the sheer strangeness of the encounter, I immediately activated my hazard lights and signaled my boyfriend using our walkie-talkies. "What the fuck was that?" were the only words he could muster, clearly shaken by the sight. We both agreed to put off discussing what we had witnessed, the unsettling nature of the encounter leaving us filled with dread and unease. Eventually, when we did gather the courage to broach the topic, we were astounded to find that our descriptions of the woman matched in every detail. It was a chilling confirmation that we had both experienced something inexplicable and terrifying that fateful night. To this day, I find myself plagued by the lingering question of what we encountered on that desolate highway. Regretfully, I wish I had possessed a dashcam to capture the haunting events as they unfolded, offering tangible evidence of the supernatural. Alas, all I have are the memories, forever imprinted upon my mind, serving as a reminder of the enigmatic and inexplicable forces that exist beyond our comprehension. It was a typical evening as I embarked on a run with my faithful canine companion. Although the sun had long set, the nearby forest path was adequately illuminated by the comforting glow of lampposts spaced at regular intervals. As I jogged along, an inexplicable sense of elation filled my being, the newfound excitement sparked by a blossoming connection with a girl I had recently met. It was an uncharacteristic surge of emotions that seemed to elevate me above the mundane. This inexplicable shift in my disposition stood out as the only notable deviation from an otherwise ordinary day. Immersed in the rhythm of my footsteps and accompanied by a lively soundtrack pumping through my earphones, I danced my way along the path. My loyal dog happily trotted behind, matching my stride. I vaguely recall encountering a few fellow joggers, though the scarcity of people at that hour struck me as slightly peculiar. We continued our jog for a considerable distance, relishing in the euphoria of the moment. However, without warning, a jarring assault on my senses disrupted the harmony of the evening. A pungent odor enveloped the air, overpowering my nasal receptors. Let me clarify that I have perpetually congested sinuses, rendering my sense of smell rather dull. Nevertheless, this scent was unmistakable in its intensity and distinctiveness. It possessed a sweet allure, almost floral in nature, yet tinged with an underlying off-putting quality, akin to a sour aftertaste. I found myself standing there, captivated by this unfamiliar aroma, oblivious to everything else. It was only when I glanced at my dog that the situation took a disconcerting turn. Under the illumination of a nearby lamppost, I beheld a scene that filled me with dread. My canine companion stood amidst a dense fog that had seemingly materialized out of nowhere. The path that was previously devoid of mist was now shrouded in an eerie haze. Instinctively, my body responded with a surge of adrenaline, the hair on my neck standing on end. Though I tried to rationalize it as a mere combination of fog and an unusual smell, an overwhelming sense of foreboding permeated every fiber of my being. In that moment, I mustered the presence of mind to call out to my dog. His attention fixated on the scent, yet he responded without hesitation as he bolted towards me. It served as an urgent signal for me to follow suit, and without a second thought, we sprinted away from the enigmatic fog. If there were a championship for track and field, I would have undoubtedly qualified for nationals in that moment. We ran, propelled by a primal fear that defied rationality. Time became an abstract concept as we pushed forward, not daring to pause until we finally reached the safety of my grandparents' home. As I stood in the driveway, my dog instinctively sought solace in a pot of water, lapping it up with a fervor that mirrored my own unsettled state. Taking a moment to collect myself, I attempted to comprehend the bizarre series of events that had unfolded. Yet, before I could truly process it all, the pervasive scent permeated the air once more. Acting on pure instinct, I rushed inside, urging my dog to follow. My grandmother, recognizing the distress etched upon my face, fully supported my decision not to linger and uncover the source of the phenomena. And that, my friends, concludes the tale. Since that perplexing night, I have never encountered the scent or experienced the sudden appearance of fog again. It could be dismissed as a series of peculiar coincidences or even a trick of the mind. But the fact that my loyal companion reacted in tandem with me leaves me questioning the rational explanations. I have often found myself contemplating the enigma that unfolded on that dark evening. What was the source of that enticing yet unsettling aroma? How did the fog manifest so abruptly, only to dissipate just as quickly? It remains an unsolved puzzle, etched into the corridors of my memory. Occasionally, I find myself venturing into the realm of speculation. Could it have been a mere convergence of natural phenomena, or did we unwittingly stumble upon something otherworldly? Perhaps the forest path holds secrets that transcend our limited understanding of reality. As time passes, the incident takes on an almost mythical quality, perpetuating its place in my repertoire of unsettling stories. I recount it to those willing to entertain the mysteries of the unknown, hoping that one day someone might share a similar encounter or provide a shred of insight that can unravel the riddle. Nevertheless, the memory of that night serves as a reminder that there are forces lurking beyond our comprehension, whispers of the supernatural that occasionally breach the boundaries of our ordinary lives. Though we may seek solace in rationality, there will always be inexplicable occurrences that defy explanation and beckon us to explore the shadowy corners of existence.